Scott Disick faced criticism for his crush on Khloe Kardashian after Kris Jenner acknowledged it. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Scott Disick has found himself in the middle of a serious controversy after something he said about Khloe Kardashian caused many people online to react negatively. What seemed like a playful comment ended up getting called out by fans, especially after a part of an episode from the Kardashians came to light. In that scene, Kris Jenner, who is 67 years old, revealed something quite surprising. She mentioned that Scott, who is now 40, might have a crush on Khloe, who is 39. That single comment led to lots of reactions and opinions, especially when the internet caught on. It all started during a moment on the show when Scott, Kris, and Khloe were having a casual conversation about Scott's love life. Scott was open about feeling lonely most of the time and not having much luck in finding someone to be with. As they talked more about his romantic life, Kris asked him a question to help get a better idea of what kind of partner he was hoping for. She said something like, "If you had the chance to meet the perfect girl, what would she be like on paper?" Scott then looked at Khloe and smiled, and instead of giving a serious answer, he jokingly asked, "How tall are you?" This made Khloe turn away and laugh, saying with a bit of sarcasm, "This guy," while Scott laughed even more. That moment seemed harmless to some, but others felt uncomfortable about it. In a confessional after that clip, Kris added more to the situation by saying she really believed Scott had a crush on Khloe. She even went on to say that she herself had a crush on Khloe, and so did all the cameramen who work on the show. She ended that part by joking that if they could just find someone who was close enough to Khloe, it would be perfect. That's when things took a different turn, because not everyone found it funny. As soon as the scene aired, viewers went to social media to express how they really felt. On Reddit, a lot of people said Scott's comment was totally inappropriate. One user didn't hold back and said it outright, "Scott's comment is so inappropriate." Another user said they were completely shocked while watching it and couldn't believe what they just heard. The reactions didn't stop there. More fans joined the conversation, and many were upset not just at Scott, but also at Kris for what seemed to be encouraging or brushing off the behavior. Some people even believed that Scott was just pretending or trying to stay on everyone's good side. A fan shared their opinion, saying that Scott would do or say anything just to remain close to the Kardashian family. They said something like, "Scott would say anything to stay in that family's good graces. He's not stupid. That guy has never really had to work and he doesn't want to start now." According to them, it was all a performance to remain relevant. But not everyone was thinking the same way. Some viewers had a totally different take on it. One fan came out with an opinion that many called unpopular, and said they didn't think Scott actually wanted to be with Khloe. They believed Scott had real respect and admiration for Khloe, especially considering everything she had gone through over the years. According to that fan, Scott just wanted to make Khloe feel good about herself, and hyping her up was his way of being supportive on camera. The fan also said that the two of them had great chemistry and were both very witty, which made their scenes together more fun and natural. That could be why the producers always showed them together. They even guessed that Khloe and Scott don't even spend time together when they're not filming. Still, not everyone agreed. The situation got more intense because this wasn't the first time Scott had said something that left people raising their eyebrows. He had already been criticized before for making uncomfortable comments about Khloe. One time, in a past episode of The Kardashians which aired on October 12, Scott made a strange and upsetting joke. He was talking about his upcoming 40th birthday and mentioned that maybe by then, he and Khloe could do something together. He even added that he hoped his back would be better by then, making the moment even more awkward. This left people very unsettled, and many took that as another example of him crossing a line. Once again, social media didn't take it lightly. People started calling Scott out again, and this time even more harshly. The idea that someone who has known Khloe for so long and been around her as almost like family would say something like that, didn't sit well with fans. They felt that it crossed into inappropriate territory and that Scott should know better, especially when everyone's watching. Some viewers felt that Scott treated the situation like a joke because he didn't expect to be held accountable for it. One person online said that it wasn't just uncomfortable to watch but also made them lose a lot of respect for him. Others said that they had always liked the friendly relationship between Scott and Khloe, but now it was hard to see it the same way. They questioned if there was more going on behind the scenes or if Scott had started to cross boundaries that should never be crossed. While a few people still tried to defend him, saying that Scott has always had a certain sense of humor that's not meant to be taken seriously, that explanation didn't sit well with the larger group of viewers. Many said that being on television and in the public eye means you have to be more careful, especially when you're dealing with topics that make others feel uncomfortable. Humor or not, they felt there was a time and place, and this wasn't it. Then there were others who wondered if Kris Jenner should have stepped in instead of laughing it off. Some fans were surprised that Kris, who is known for managing the family's image so carefully, would even make comments like that herself or allow that kind of behavior to be shown. One person said that Kris sometimes tries too hard to make every scene entertaining, even if it means letting things get out of hand. They believed that as the mom and the main person behind the family's brand, she should have handled the situation better. There were also conversations about how this kind of behavior might influence other people watching the show, especially younger viewers who look up to the Kardashians. Some fans said that it was important to remember that celebrities have a big influence and that comments like this could be seen as normal when they're really not. They wanted the show to be more responsible and for the people on it to think about how their words affect others. As the backlash continued, some people even started asking whether Scott should still be part of the show. They said that if this kind of thing keeps happening, it might be better to have him take a break. On the other hand, a few fans said that canceling someone over a single comment was going too far, and that Scott needed to be more thoughtful, not completely removed. Still, the larger conversation remained focused on the importance of treating people with respect, especially in situations where the line between friendship and something more can get blurry. In all this, Khloe has not publicly said much about the comments. Some fans are wondering how she feels about it all, while others believe she may just be trying to move past it quietly. Khloe has always been known for her ability to keep things light and humorous, but many are hoping she didn't feel uncomfortable or disrespected in any way. They also believe that she deserves better, especially after everything she has gone through publicly in past relationships. As for Scott, time will tell how he deals with the backlash. He's always been known for being a bit edgy with his words, but this situation has shown that fans are becoming more aware and sensitive to what's said on television. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.